Hey y'all, it's Crazy Crafty Mommy, and I wanted to show you how easy it was to make your own template for these beautiful balloon mosaics. To start this project, you're going to need Cricut, cardstock, and some tape. Now we're going to start by choosing our font and design space. I chose Freshman because of the sharp edges. And I then size the numbers that I want to use to the size of the actual mosaic, which was 60 inches or 5 feet. After that, I make a 11 by 11 square and multiply that several times. So I then change the color of the letters just because it's hard to see the gray on the black background. And I take those squares and I begin to slice the squares with my numbers. So essentially, I'm trying to make the 2 and 6 be a lot of small pieces, no bigger than 11.5. After you've cut all the pieces out, it should look something like this. And basically, I'm going to color code 3 different sections of each number so that it's easier to piece together. And it doesn't matter the color, and it doesn't matter what color cardstock you use, as long as it's 3 different colors so it's easier to put together. Then you cut these items on your Cricut and peel it off your map. Now to piece it together, you're going to piece those colors. Remember, I told you we had to keep 3 different colors for each letter, so you'll know what colors to use and where. It's just a lot easier to piece together. Once you have all your pieces in place, you tape those pieces together. So once you're done, your pieces should look like this, all put together and ready to trace on your board. Now that we have the template the size that we want, we'll take foam board and glue them together in order to make a foam board big enough to fit the templates that we just made. Once your boards are big enough to fit your templates, I actually suggest using the edge of the board in order to create a straight line for as much of your template as possible. It's going to be less that you have to cut, but now once it's stenciled out, it's time to start cutting. The most tedious part of this process is trying to cut out all of these lines straight. Try to make them as straight as possible by using a straight edge, like a mat or a ruler, and then just let your cutting utensil, either an X-Acto knife or a box cutter, glide against the side of your straight edge. Once your letters are cut out, I used 2-inch pieces. Most of them were left over, pictured here, and that is what we start gluing on the sides to form the box portion of the mosaic. Next, we'll take those portions that we cut out and glue them to the sides of the mosaic numbers. Here, I'm creating a crease inside the strip of foam board so that instead of cutting the pieces completely, it will just bend with the number. Next, I put a thin layer of glue on the bottom of our strip and connect it to the numbers that we made. This creates the box portion of the mosaic. Once the hot glue is dry, you'll apply another layer of hot glue in the corner of the piece that you just applied and the number. After you applied all sides to the numbers, you are pretty much done with your mosaic. The only other thing you could do is add a back for support, but if you're having an inside themed party, you may not need one. And this is the final results. So this is a good way to sprucing up any party. My guest of honor was obsessed. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time I upload on Crazy Crafty Mommy.